Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online, at blah. Ugh, August 20th, 2022.
Hello, nobody, and welcome to an all-new episode of This Is Bullshit. I am Scorpwana, and we are playing Star Trek Online. Doing my daily routine, more like a ritual. Oh, wow. That's a good start, I guess. Rex battle right at the beginning. Went to work today. Still felt like a little bit of shit, but I put on a happy face and told everybody I was fine. Checked my temperature before I went, and it was not high. It was elevated for my normal temperature, but not severe or anything. Because I'm one of those weird ones that it goes like it used to. It would be 96.8 and sometimes 97.3. And so there's that Vashani again. They were there yesterday. But it was 98.1. So to some, that's just below the average of 98.6. So still within tolerable range of not really being bad. My co-worker is still sick, but she's continuing to work. She's not running any fever. She's just still feels bleh, like I do now. Let's see. Let's change the instances. Alright. If I go here, clicks on that harder, okay. It's the two places nobody fucking likes, alright. So let's just go. That's where there always needs to be 3 instances of a map every time, no matter what. Give you a choice of joining a brand new one. But I understand. Say too many instances equals like more memory usage of the system and all that bullshit. More processing power. What little it has already. See, I wonder if that one's better right now. I should have probably used the transport and go over there. Oh, did I forget to do the Kobayashi yesterday? Shit, I think I did. I can't remember shit. I don't know. Let's see. In September 6th. So total progress is 3 days. When did it start? Can't remember. I don't know if anybody's ever drank it before, but Core water, Core hydration, is pretty damn good. I had one of these today at work. We usually, what water we have that's, say, a 32 pack of Clover Valley / Dollar General / Niagara water, because it's bottled by Niagara. If any of it comes in the truck and it's damaged, you know, like a bottle's busted or something like that, they give us the go-ahead to, you know, use it in the store for drinking water, since you can't trust like city water half the time, especially where we're at. Plus the fountains don't seem to want to work because someone has to put a work order in and say, hey, this outlet's not working. But I think I put in a ticket for that just to see if someone shows up. Anyway, so the only choice of drinking water is that when we have some. If not, you got to be off the clock and buy your own drink or whatever you're wanting. So today, I got me a Core water. It's really tall. It's 30.4 fluid ounces. I guess that's a lot. And I loved it so much that I was like, okay, well, I got to get gas when I go home tonight, so I'm going to get me another one. It's so crazy. Like, I was getting gas. Or, well, okay, alright, let me rewind. Alright, okay. The last time I worked, okay, so it wasn't yesterday, day before that, because I called in, what I called in, I don't know why everybody says call out, but I called in to work, and I said that, you know, I wasn't feeling well, so that was like Wednesday. So Tuesday was the day that I drove home and was feeling like shit. So my car showed that I had a gallon of gas left. Like, it didn't even, like, because the smart car, and I know it probably does this in a lot of other cars, but I've not really been in many cars. But it does this, like, when you get down to 1 gallon left, it lets you know. Like, it'll blink the little fuel thing or whatever, and it has this, it'll go like to 1, it'll say like 1.0, and you're like, okay, well, that means that I've got a gallon left. Then it'll go like 0.9, 0.87, all the way down until it's empty, you know, but I never got it that bad. Well, it wasn't even like saying I had a gallon left. It was just on the dial, digital dial that it has. It showed like it was in the last one, and that's usually like a gallon left. Well, I was like,
OXNYX053 says, my 2004 Nissan starts blinking DTE and a distance left to go till I run dry.
it's stuff like that, yeah. Hey, hello, Oxnix. You put in I hear you at 9:49 ish. I don't know what that was. I just see it back in the chat for today. But generally, like, when it starts blinking and tells me that it's got a gallon left, I know how far I can go, you know. But and I know how fast it drops. Like, it'll go like 1, and then like it'll go down to 0.9, you know. And usually
OXNYX053 says, it might have been the replay of your last stream.
Oh, it could have been. I don't know. It says 9:49. Yeah, 9:49 p.m. I don't know, but usually, like, okay, when it does this whole, like, when it gets to that whole, like, 1 gallon left thing, that's when I know, like, how far I can go, or whatever. I think it's a gallon. I'm not sure. It just says one, and like miles probably. Maybe it's miles. I don't know. Not 1 miles. No, 10 miles. Probably 10 miles. That makes a lot more sense actually if it's 10 miles. Anyway, I was like, okay. So when I got home that night, it wasn't even flashing that. It was like it's like it had plenty of gas to, like, get me to wherever and back, or, you know, another trip to work and then back home, then maybe to the gas station if in between that. But when I got in my car today, having not drove it for 3 days, and it not even flashing that gallon thing, it was flashing the thing, and it was like 0.9. I was like, wait, I didn't use this and I couldn't have, like starting the car up, shouldn't have used that much fuel. And then I was like, okay, whatever. So I back out of where it's parked. It goes to 0.8. I'm like, okay, that's bullshit.
OXNYX053 says, evaporation.
Evaporation, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. But then, like, I get to the end of the road, and it's not like if I go walking from my house, the front door, all the way to the end of the road we live on, it's half a mile. That's what it always shows. Like, I've used my pedometer thing that I've had in the past that tells the distance and all that kind of shit. Plus, I've also looked it up on Google Maps. But so it's at like 0.8 when I leave out of my driveway. When I get to the end of the road that I turn off of to get onto the highway to go to work, it went to 0.7. And then when I got to an area that I step at and turn, it goes 0.6. I'm like, son of a bitch, this thing's losing it faster than it should be. So yeah, it ended on 0.6 when I was at work, and it went to 0.5 on my way to get gas, and I was like kind of getting freaked out because I was like, it's never done it that fast before. Usually, the points and how fast it goes down, because I don't drive it like a maniac or anything, or gas it or anything like that. But usually the points last in between a good bit. But I'm thinking, what if it's miles and not that? I need to look that up. So I may be getting it confused. Like how many miles left? Like you're saying, maybe it's like 10 miles left. That's not really a lot. If that's what that means. Let me look up a 2013 smart car. I think mine's a Passion. They have one that's called like a Pure. One's Passion. One's got paddle shifters.
OXNYX053 says, the gauges doesn't like to move while your car is not vibrating. But you've got a charcoal filter and breather valve out of your rear trunk to let it breathe and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I also need to replace the secondary fan or something that went out in the back too. Or, well, it's like when the car would start up, it would, like, a vacuum cleaner sound would go off. It's a fan blowing, and it's supposed to blow out like not radiator, but the exhaust or whatever like that, and get the car ready for fuel going. And it doesn't affect mileage, is what I've heard, if this thing goes out. It's just a secondary, like, air thing or something. But it still shows like a solid engine light no matter what. But anyway, it still goes the same distance. But again, yeah, I mean, it has been hot these days, and I guess evaporation does call for something. But I need to look that up. I've got the damn manual, but I never have time to do shit. That pisses me off a lot of the times. Like, you know, say like this streaming here. I'd love to stream longer. It'd be awesome. But I've got things to do after I stream. I've got either to do clothes, which I've nearly forgot last night, since I said, okay, I gotta go, if I'm going to go to work tomorrow, I need to have clothes, you know, because I had planned on washing them and getting it all ready and stuff on one of my days off, because I had 2 in a row, but I was sick, so I just pretty much just laid in bed the whole time and went to the bathroom a lot and sneezed blood and ruptured a blood vessel in my eye, so now I have blood in my left eye. But I couldn't do all that.
OXNYX053 says, my car uses a charcoal filter and one-way valve. I had to replace the one-way valve 5-ish years ago. And I meant rear bumper, not trunk.
Rear bumper. Yeah, the charcoal filter thing, I understand what that is, because the Volkswagens have that, and my Volkswagen has one in the back end of it that was disconnected. Like, it's like a big canteen-looking thing. Or wait, Candine. I've been saying it wrong all these years. Candine, not canteen, which is really weird. I don't know why it changed. But and people have like to fix it. They've drilled their own hole and took out the old charcoal out of the Volkswagen ones and put in like the kind you put in the fish filter things or something like that for fish tanks. I never went that far. I just reconnected all the hoses and stuff. I mean, it's still like air can flow through it.
OXNYX053 says, my biggest symptom with that valve was my gas tank would fart while fueling, but it got so bad it would kick gas out if you tried to fuel too fast.
Oh yeah, back pressure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because it couldn't breathe. The valve thing. Vehicles are weird. It blurb gets you like blub 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 blub. Need to poke a hole in there somewhere. There's other people that have a smart car around here where I'm at now. It's so funny. Everybody says, yeah, I saw you the other day heading down so-and-so over there. Dang, you drive fast in that thing. And I said, wasn't me. Well, I saw you. I said, nope, I was at work. Or, nope, I was at home. Well, it looked just like your car. I'm thinking, yes, that car, it's a 2013 smart car, so there's bound to be more than just mine out there.
OXNYX053 says, it's like a $12 part and a 10-minute tool less job for my car.
Well, that's pretty cool. To replace the secondary air thing.
S-Corp, you feeling better?
I'm feeling better than I have been for a few days. But I don't know why. I got to like a little laughing fit at work today, so maybe that's what happened. I don't know. They asked me if I was okay or what kind of medicine I was taking. I said none. Why? I could do nothing but laugh. I mean, every time I walk away from that damn register, I have to walk the fuck back. Even had someone go, "Hey!" I was like, "Hey, I want to say something before you walked off and come back over here again, man, and check me out." Okay. Yes, master.
OXNYX053 says, did you remember to point at someone while you laughed?
No, I didn't point. There wasn't nobody to point at. But yeah. No, the secondary air pump or whatever it's called for my car, it looks like a relatively easy fix. You just have to take the tire off of the back right side and take the fender well down to get to the part. And I just don't feel like doing that shit right now. And since I looked up and it doesn't affect gas mileage or the engine at all, it just blows out the exhaust before the car gets going. That's why it sounds like a big vacuum cleaner going off whenever you start it. Like, good boy. Now do a flip.
OXNYX053 says, that doesn't sound smart.
No, it doesn't. And also, like, if I turn the air on now, like the air conditioning, it's like the fan blade's probably broken in the front or something. I don't know what the hell that is about. But still, I have not looked under the damn hood because I'm afraid if I do, somebody's going to say, hey, you need help? Or what you doing? That's one of the things I hate the most. Getting an audience whenever you're trying to look at a vehicle or something. That's why I kind of stopped messing with my Volkswagen. Everybody nagging me about it. Anytime I was out there with it.
OXNYX053 says, well, first step, check your cabin filter.
I don't know where that would be in that car. I need to look through the manual. I need time through the manual.
Arcanoloth says, car wreck stream.
car wreck stream. But it was like every time that I would like look at my Volkswagen, it would just draw a crowd. Like my stepdad would be out there, he'd come over there, and he'd have a buddy out there, and they just want to watch and talk to me and ask me what I'm doing in between doing everything.
OXNYX053 says, and always answer, I'm looking for the most flammable part.
I'm always looking for the most flammable part.
Arcanoloth says, and remember kids, if the women don't find you handsome, they can at least find you handy.
Heady ho. That's one of the biggest pet peeve type things I have whenever I'm like working on a vehicle, is if someone comes over there to ask me what I'm doing. Because then they want to like put their input in, even though I know what I'm doing. Because unlike most people around here that are the backyard mechanics, you know, or under a tree limb type situation, you know, tie the car up and hoist it up there and let the tree hold the car, you know, kind of thing. I research everything. I have the book to the car, like the actual. It's called the Bentley Manual. Yeah. And
OXNYX053 says, okay, sadly I am going to be AFK for a short bit.
No problem.
Arcanoloth says, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I can ask if you need a hand or offer to grab a beer.
Right. But that's one of my things, like, you know, when someone just constantly, or they want to know step by step what you're doing to your own vehicle, or anything in particular that's just happening. Like if you're just outside tinkering with something and someone just like walks over and just starts asking you questions about what you're doing because they're bored. You're like, well, you're keeping me from doing what I need to be doing. Okay, like, what you doing being harassed? Was there another one that had like, let's see. Okay, I lost the temporal. No, Lucari, when I lost the Lucari. Doing that. But Lucari made it. Okay, that's why Lucari's like that. Alright. So there's that. Temporal I didn't start yet. That one. Okay, what am I stopped with that one? Okay, I ran out of marks for that. Okay, that's what happened there. Okay, and I didn't care to start up back with the Dyson, but I'll do that. I mean, and the odd thing is, you know, these customers come in like every single day at where I, you know, at work, and not one of them knew that I was even off. Like, or not even there for 3 days straight. You know, or like if I work a lot and have a day off just randomly, just one day, and I see this person every single day or whatever, they'll come in and go, "Where you been? You ain't been here in a few days." I'm thinking, yes, I have. But if you're off, they think you're working. It's insane. I ain't seen you in a while. I don't know where you've been. That's when I tell them, well, they got me working evenings now, which I always work evenings. Like, oh, that could be what it is. I come in early in the morning. Thinking, then what are you doing in here now?
OXNYX053 says, start naming all the parts as you move or adjust them. I'm loosening Steve so I can remove Raymond. Sally needs to be replaced, and she's buried in here deep.
Commentate. Like Peter Griffin. I walked into the kitchen and sat down at the table. I noted the questionable meal that was placed in front of me. I'm going to take this the screw out of here. Do like a Bob Vila special. There we go. You want to get the proper hammer for this nail. And looking to nowhere, just around the corner, and act like you have an audience or a camera you're looking at, and said, what we're going to be doing now is watching Tim over here take out this here thing out of his house. Tim, can you tell us what you're doing exactly there? And this guy would be like, who the hell are you? You know who it is, and look back over your shoulder as if you're looking through a camera. Please, not in front of the camera. What camera? That would be funny. Be a good prank to pull. Pretend like you're actually recording them for a television show.
Arcanoloth says, Someone else remembers the Bob Vila era of this old house? Thought I was the only one.
Damn, it was fun watching Bob Vila. I don't remember him ever doing shit, but watching him walk around houses was fun. Kind of reminded me of the shop teacher guy. Dressed the same as well, too. No beard, though. But yeah, just watching him walk around and asking people what the hell they're doing, and then them explaining it, and him saying, yeah, 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 yeah. And the Craftsman commercials that he would have. And that time he was on Home Improvement, got hit with a ladder or whatever.
Arcanoloth says, this old house was always sponsored by companies selling their products, but Bob Vila wanted it to be a bit more in your face than they were comfortable with, so they parted ways long before I was an adult.
Ah. Bob Vila. But they would try to, like, teach you stuff, you know. Like, if you want to do this and, like, hammer a board in to where it holds this way.
Arcanoloth says, when asked why he left, Vila said he was always a capitalist. He was doing this old house to promote his contracting business.
Ah. A lot of those tools were pretty good, though. We've still got the Craftsman stapler.
Says, yeah, that's what I liked. They put the episodes on YT to teach.
That's nice. Like a do-it-yourself at home type situation. Yeah, we have there's like a few tools that we still have from back in the 90s/late 80s era of Bob Vila. I don't remember exactly what year they came out, but one of them was, you know how a staple gun, the traditional one, when you push down, you push the back of it, you know, and you don't really staple the front too much. You got put force forward, but also pressing backwards to staple down. Well, they had that one where it was gray and red handled at the top, and when you stapled, it was your hand was on top of that staple, like you were pushing with your full force. And we still have that tool, and it comes in handy for a lot of shit still. The other one was, which we don't use anymore, is the cable tie coil type thing or whatever. It's where you have a spool of cable tie and you feed it through you thread it through the thing or whatever, and it comes out the front end, and you have this like a clip of the snapper things, the things that they actually zip into and snap, you know, and they automatically load. Like after you've used one, it'll pop one into position. You push the cable tie material through, like the spool of it, and you loop it around what you're going to put it on and put it back into the top of it and secure it, and then pull and then press it, and it would clip it. It's pretty nice. There's a bunch of pretty cool shit, and it's all by Craftsman. But I'm sure they came out with some more shit like that in the past, though. After all that, I know putting Christmas lights on houses was a whole hell of a lot easier.
OXNYX053 says, did you just describe a bop it?
Pull it, punch it, pop it. No, I did not. It's just random tools that Bob Vila had on, like, Craftsman commercials. I don't know what the hell it was called. We still have it. I can go get it, but I can't show you because well, I'm gonna show it on my camera. I don't have. See if you can imagine it in my hand. But I was like, I don't know if you were like around at this point, but I was talking about like this cable tie thing that you had a spool of it that was connected to the base of this. And
Merkim says, Pride High Leg Quad MST3KELEC.
Hello, Mr. Guy. Damn it. What? But like I was saying.
Arcano Loth says, at Oxnix 053 bop it, twist it, pull it, slam it, kill your parents.
Laugh about it. No, like as I was saying, you have that. It's like a clip of the head of like a cable tie.
Kim says, or at least drive them insane.
And you'd push it in there, and it would hold like maybe 10. And push it in. You thread the cable or the tie material, little the little tick 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 stuff.
OXNYX053 says, I'm down to one parent, but I'll be 50 next year.
Yeah, I'm down to one parent as well. But then like wrap it around something, you pop it back in the top, you pull this thing taut. I can't remember exactly what that thing was. And of course, as I mentioned, the front pushing staple gun versus the traditional one.
I am also down to one.
Bop it. Now you got me stuck thinking that Bop It song in my head. Yeah. It's just little tools and stuff that Craftsman did come out with that were actually handy. That I wish Billy Mays would have sold on television. Now I gotta look that shit up.
OXNYX053 says, Saba ping.
Cable tie.
Merkim says,
Gun.
So we're not orphans, but maybe halfins? Or is that too much of a reach?
With spool? There that son of a bitch is. GB. Gardner Bender. Bundle Boss. Cable tie dispenser. Yeah. Or it looked like that. Or it still looks like that. We have it in the house somewhere. Somewhere. Copy image link. I'm hoping that's going to be the right one. Son of a bitch, it's not. That's wrong. Okay, it's just using the previous one because of that. Paste and go. Damn it, it's one of those.
Are you on your feet all day? Hey, big guy. Hey, I'm working with you all day. I got a job. You don't need my source. Hey, I'm working with you all day. Hey, big guy. How you doing? Hey, big guy. Shitting me? You don't just $19.99. You don't need all these. Hey, how you doing? Hi, Billy Mays here.
Right.
Billy Mays is $19.99. Here's how these and are you on your feet all day? When you all day? Shitting me? For just $19.99.
Kaboom, boom, ba boom. Hello, Core. How you doing? It's been a long time. That thing there.
Merkim says, MST3K Joel Pog.
Billy Mays knows how to shut up an audience, that's for damn sure. Ooh. I'm still sweating though. It's like I'm running a fever, but it's not like a high fever. Busting a sweat today at work too. It's cool out. It's not really too hot. Or at least I don't think it's hot. What the hell's the temperature? Okay, well that's about right then. So it may not just be me.
Merkim says, looks like a prototype for Batman's grapple gun.
Right? This Joker it's awesome. I can go get it right now and play with it. But the only thing is, I don't think they make like the parts and stuff for it, like the replacement shit or the spools and the little snap feeder thing clip. You know, it's really interesting. Like, okay, on Home Improvement, you know, Al on there, dude that played Al. I cannot remember his name for some damn reason now. But you know, he does commercials every once in a while for like selling products and stuff. And I thought that's pretty
Mergim
damn
says,
awesome.
Tyrannosaurus wrecked.
Resanator's text. Oh, I got Gary the Dildo on here. I did that mission. I finished one of his mission arcs or his episode arcs because I need to be doing those. And one of the missions was getting that little dildo. The red dildo. Oh, dude, do I not have... I don't have it. I thought I had it for... I guess I don't have it. The fuck?
All three
Sure don't.
silos are under Allied control. Excellent work.
Okay, well, fuck. Stop shooting me.
Arcanoloth says, the virginal discharge prism.
Law Fortress has engaged
Yeah, that
troops.
thing.
Troops inbound.
Yeah.
Arcanoloth says, or was it vaginal discharge?
Virginal. Yeah, that thing, which I don't understand what the point of that thing is. It's just a weapon, but still, what the hell? Calling reinforcements, okay. Oh, I need to clean that fan. It's doing that whole blowing thing, but it's not producing any air, like forward.
Arcanoloth says, the point is, it's a free Tetrian wide beam pistol that looks like a vibrator.
Because it's technically like a crystal or something. I gave one to Lilu. She plays with hers all the time. Nukara. Nukariata?
Arcanoloth says, exactly.
In between sessions, that's what she's doing.
Arcanoloth says, the healing power of crystals.
The healing power of crystals. Provided by Jello pudding.
Mergim says, anytime weapons also look like dirty stuff, I approve like GGZ.
I wonder if they like thought about anything like
Arcanoloth
that.
says, Yalilu needs to recharge her batteries.
They also probably share. Maybe that should be a funny thing. I should redo that mission every time to get all the ground crew like one of those. And just some random occasion, just give it all to them and have them run around dicing.
Arcanoloth says, I have my AP beam built on the Voth ship that looks like the rabbit vibrator.
Rabbit vibrator. Come on, what the hell? Damn it. There's gotta be some departments out there that need some shit going on here. Damn it! Let me turn the filters back off then so I can see what the hell this is about. What did I do? Lose officers? Uh-huh. There it is. There's some shit to have to do there. Must have forgot to press that one. Completely overlooked it. Not a lot of people know about him.
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
Jeffard Tibowski. He's the dude. It's not Jeffrey Lebowski, it's Jefford. The dude. Yeah. He's just an old laid-back Klingon. He sits on the ship and monitors things. That's about it. You know? He's the dude, man. Jeff Ertibowski. With the voice of, you guessed it, Frank Stallone. No.
God fucking damn it!
Everyone knows it's Butters.
That's me.
Everyone knows it's Butters. Well, that's him. Hello, Core. Just call me Core. Who's next? Latesha. I'm running out of my core water, damn it. This stuff's pretty good.
Just Call McCower says, yeah. Just Call McCower says, ahoy. Just Call McCower says, okay.
He ain't been around, man. Found someone else. And I'm like really heartbroken or not. Do. All right, everybody, let's do this. Let's do this. Ice, ice, baby. Dildo pudding pops. You can shoot him at any time. I swear. There you go. Okay, we had to get closer for no reason. Close range sniper rifle. After streaming yesterday night, I decided to watch something that I hadn't seen yet. It was Once Upon a Deadpool. A different version of Deadpool 2. I had never seen it before. Fell asleep like halfway through it, but yeah. Deadpool kidnaps Fred Savage and tells him the story of Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds has to be one of the most funniest smartasses in the world.
Enemy targets on sensor. Flanking damage detected.
Arcanoloth says, heard about that one, it's just an edit to get a lower rating, with a gag on the framing device from Princess Bride.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got like maybe a few changes to like, yeah, like
Just
maybe
Paul
different
McCullough
scenes
says,
and stuff.
Ben Savage is the better brother. His show he actually got the girl. Unlike Fred Savage who didn't get the girl. Arcanoloth says, I saw Deadpool 1 and 2 and saw no reason to watch that one, but to each their own.
Well, it's good to watch it like later, you know. There's different like things he says to the camera, you know, fourth wall breaking.
Enemy combatants in close proximity. Personal shield losing power.
But essentially, yeah, it's just Deadpool 2, different edit. Like one section of it is Fred Savage points out to Deadpool that
Arcanoloth says, fair enough. I lived with a Marvel fan that keeps whatever the most recent one is on repeat until a new one comes out, so I was tired of most of them after a while.
But he remarks to Deadpool about when Deadpool gets split in half, and he's like regrowing the bottom half of
Just
himself.
Paul McCower says, did you know that Neil Patrick Harris is going to be on Doctor Who?
Really? What's he gonna do on there? Is he gonna be like a regular, or just like show up on an episode? Or is Doctor Who coming to Hollywood? Doctor Who, Doctor How, Doctor Why, Doctor
Arcanoloth says,
Wow.
would show R-rated stuff like Jackass to the kids, but if I try to relax and watch a film, I get yelled at, and I'm like, really? Anyway,
That's kind of messed up.
Just Call McCower says, he is going to be an antagonist of an episode/special.
Oh wow. Well, if it's one thing he was good at in The Matrix, 4? Yeah, that happened. Is he going to pet a kitty cat? Who's the, like, have they named a new doctor that's going to replace Jodie Whittaker? I watched that maybe 3-4 minutes of an episode
Just Call
of the old
McCower
one.
says, The Matrix 4 is both the best and the worst Matrix movie. Just Call McCower says, yes they have.
And on that Doctor Who channel for Pluto TV, yeah, there's the 5th Doctor they had on there. At least I think it's the 5th one, the Mr. Celery guy. His daughter is whose wife? Let's see. It's David Tennant's wife, I believe.
Arcanoloth says, Matrix 4 is very self-aware. Not sure I'd rewatch.
Matrix 4 happened. Keanu Reeves wins. Cuckoo Cachoo.
Murdoch says, sup sweet cakes.
Hello, Murdochs. Well, either way it goes, I'm going to be interested in Doctor Who. No matter who's playing the Doctor,
Arcanoloth says,
it's going to be great.
First Matrix was a solid film. Sequels had good action scenes but wouldn't rewatch them.
Oh, you got to like rewatch the fight between Smith, and Neo. Not the one at the end though, for like the third movie, but the second one.
Just Call McCower says, The Matrix and the Animatrix are the only films I have rewatched. Not a fan of the others.
Aw. You didn't like the whole Smith arc? What about the Smith arc in the third movie? I knew the
Arcanoloth says,
rules.
Animatrix had some interesting ideas.
I knew what I was supposed to do, but I didn't. I couldn't. I was compelled to stay. Compelled to disobey. The what was it? The playground? I think they were in, like the park /
Murdoch
playground.
says, I woke up today at 2:30 p.m. then went out into the country and zeroed in my AR-10. Shot some .308 rounds out of my 20-round magazine. Now relaxing after I Uber Eats a Twin Peaks Angus burger.
What about a cherry pie to go with it? If you're gonna be Twin Peaksing, you gotta have cherry pie it. Dale
Just Call
Cooper.
McCower says, Kyle, is that you?
Kyle. McLaughlin.
Arcanoloth says, Hugo Weaving did theater, so he knows how to do fully body control and inhabit a scene before he says a line. Perfect choice for V for Vendetta, need someone that can sell it through a mask. OXNYX053 says, and here I chipped a nail picking up a can of Monster to stay up and play on the computer. Murdoch says, don't need the sugar and carbs, got to stay strong for the end of the world survival.
Oh, you're gonna be one of those people that actually want to
Just
live
Paul
during the end
McCower
of the world.
says, speaking of Hugo Weaving, the Lot R show comes out next week.
The Lord of the Rings, the Rings of the Lords, the all those Smith masks that they made for the Matrix 3, and I guess 2 had some. They made like a bunch of those. I wonder if they're anywhere like, oh shit,
Arcanoloth says,
out there.
I remember the Something Awful post back in the day where they had Hugo Weaving in a nursing home and he's mixing characters together, saying welcome to Rivendell Mr. Anderson and I'm going to enjoy watching you die, Mr. Baggins.
Mr. Baggins. He did a damn good job though. He's a little obsessed over Neo, but still. I like the fact that they have his character in the fourth one, even though I don't like the idea that it's a different person playing it. However, I understand why. Sort of. They can make a CGI person. What the fuck? Oh, that was me.
Arcanoloth says, haha yes, my Smith is the crazy ex that won't leave Neo alone. Just Call Makover says, did you know that not only does the Embracer Group not only owns Stowe, they now own all of Lord of the Rings minus book publishing rights. Arcanoloth says, he keeps seeing Neo in the Matrix, but Neo never calls to ask how he is doing.
Mr. Anderson. Agent Smith leaves like love letters to Neo.
Murdoch says, Cow Tipping Mike was a developer of LOTR.
A developer of Lord of the Rings. Is it because he's over in like, what is it, Australia?
Murdoch says, well, a programmer.
Of Lord of the Rings, the
Arcanoloth
movie,
says, interesting, reading about this now.
a boot.
Murdoch says, the game.
Uh,
Arcanoloth says, so New Line made the Peter Jackson films.
the new game, or like the one from the before? Because I played one like where you're like defending some shit or whatever. Way back when, was not an MMO or anything like that.
Murdoch says, the MMO.
Ah, so yeah. And now look at him.
Arcanoloth says, Tolkien sold the film rights to The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings before he died, to pay off some taxes and leave his estate in the black for his kids. Arcanoloth says, they bounced around for a while, then we got those Jackson films. Murdoch says, I used to play the one on discs 2 Scorp, was a great top-down strategy game.
I don't know if what I remember out of the one game I played, I probably still have it in the closet or something like that, but you were like defending a castle or some shit in part of it, and it was 2.5D or something like that.
Arcanoloth says, the rights to his Middle-earth legendarium outside those 2 stories remains with the estate, and his son Chris voted against adapting them until he retired in his 90s.
He smelled fresh cut bread and butter.
Arcanoloth says, soon as he retired, the board voted to sell to Amazon, and their show is set in the Second Age. Just Call Makover says, Peter Jackson's King Kong was an alright movie.
Peter Jackson. Jack O'Neilson? O'Neill. Indeed. Damn it.
Arcanoloth says, so Embracer Group bought the rights to Hobbit/Litter, and Amazon has the film rights to everything else.
So everyone's expecting the new Lord of the Rings whatever to be like a
Streamlabs says,
dead.
% hate what you see? Please consider unfollowing and not renewing a subscription.
Why does it throw like a random symbol in there? That's so crazy.
Arcanoloth says, both parties are aware of the popularity of the Jackson films, and do not want to contradict or deviate from that look and feel to keep those fans.
I don't know why it randomly does that. It's only said to do it like if circumstances reach like after 2 hours of streaming and while the chat is quiet. I don't know why it decides to just do it now. There's other things too that it hasn't done ever that I have it set to do, but I guess circumstances haven't hit that way either. Either, neither, neither. Either, neither, neither. Either, neither, neither. Yes, we will run away. We have run away. Tilk and Carter run away. Go hide over there, Tilk and Carter. Haha. I'm hiding here. You cannot find me here.
OXNYX053 says, God, some of the stuff I've got hanging out in my mail.
Some stuff is hanging out in your mail? Alright. Yes. Yes, I got 6
Arcano
of
Loath
those.
says,
Yeah.
let it all hang out. That's what I do.
Strutting that stuff.
Arcano Loath says, photo of me hanging out with the boys, circa 2022. OXNYX053 says, I've got like 340 items just sitting in my mail for me to pick up. Arcano Loath says, struttin' dead ass.
Like physical mail?
OXNYX053 says, hang on, I smell smoke.
At least you can smell shit. I can't even smell shit. And it's so sad. To go into a nasty restroom somewhere and not be able to smell someone taking a shit. I go into work today and they look at me and they go, oh my god, what happened to your eye? What was wrong with your, what happened to your eye? Said, popped a blood vessel? Sneezing slash blowing my nose too hard. It happened. And then the one that I actually told via Facebook, because my employees that help, they work with me, coworkers. That's what they are. They work with me as co-people. They kept checking in like on a daily
Just Call Makora
basis.
says, also Amazon has a license to make content based off the Lot R movies, but Embracer Group are now the right owners of everything but book publishing. Amazon will continue making the show, but Embracer Group has plans to make a Lot R universe of films.
Are they gonna make the multiverse? Lord of the Rings, the multiverse? So the assistant who's going to be manager, I told her
says,
on
that makes sense.
on Facebook. I said, yeah, you know, blew my nose. So here I'm feeling this way, that way, whatever like that, you know. And I blew my nose so hard that I popped a blood vessel in my left eye and I had blood in it. She goes, oh wow, sorry. I'm like, yeah. So then she comes in like today. She goes, oh my God, your eye. I'm like, yeah. Never seen blood in the eye, the white of the eye before? Ooh, freaky. Yeah. Yeah, they can have like the Marvel theme going on with Lord of the Rings. There's a guy that's on YouTube. He does those YouTube shorts or whatever, like the TikToks or version.
Just Call Makora says, you should give the general covet.
No, they keep getting it anyway. But and he like does that deep fake swap thing or whatever, face swapping. and it's like he asks his girlfriend if he can watch Lord of the Rings again. She goes, "You know what happened last time?" He says, "It's not gonna happen again." And then he pops in like the DVD. He starts watching it, and they pan over to him from the TV. Like when he first starts watching it, they pan to the TV, then back to him again, and now all of a sudden he's like Gandalf, and talking just like him. It's funny. I laugh. I cry. I get even. Well, you know, 2 of us may have it. I don't fucking know, but I'm not about to stick shit up my nose to test myself. That's for damn sure. I don't want to spend $13 or whatever it is on that bullshit. Fucking customers giving shit. They can have it back, damn it.
Enemy targets on
The assistant said today, says, "One of y'all cough on me, so I'll get sick too."
OXNYX053 says, like about 20 lockbox ground kit mods, some UR crafted and lockbox weapons. Some of the males have it earmarked for a tune, or my kiddo.
Oh, you mean in game mail? Okay, I thought you meant like physically having mail at your house. What was on Smokefire? Oh, just got a random headache. Okay, never mind, it went away. Fire. Well, we're still stuck with our manager for like another week, I think, is what they were telling me, because the assistant has to go out to be trained.
OXNYX053 says, seems to be my shirt. I was doing some weeding next to my dad's fire pit today.
Oh, and you just now all of a sudden smelled smoke off of it? It's wild. Must have moved just right and it like kicked a little bit of it up. For crying out loud. I wish you could wear a hat on this game. Not off duty.
flanking damage detected.
With the baseball caps. Carter!
OXNYX053 says, pretty much.
Pretty much. Man.
Merkim says, I have a KDF tune called Klingin' Cowboy. I really want a hat for him too.
Yeah, I mean, you can wear a hat if you're off duty. Like certain hats or whatever. Off-duty uniform. But sometimes off-duty doesn't work everywhere.
Murdoch says, make sure you get him the assless chaps.
It's one of the things you need to like the next stream that they have for Cryptic Studios. Somebody needs to ask that question. Are they ever gonna put like chaps in the game? You'd probably have to say booty instead of butt though, or ass. That'd be funny. I mean, if it's like a one-off
Arcana
thing.
Loth says, Day X of asking devs for assless chaps. Merkim says, he kind of has chaps. It's just different colored panels on his pants, but it looks a little like chaps. OXNYX053 says, I have a construction anchor someone mailed me in 2015 in my game mail.
Wow.
Arcana Loth says, and spam it each and every stream.
Every stream, yeah. Arcana, did you like get like a thing where your mail was too full, it wouldn't accept new mail? So you're like cleaning it out now?
Murdoch says, if we could cut the clothes you could cut a square back door for him.
There you go. Make it happen. Hell. You know, games are getting like that. I mean, a lot of the clothing and stuff that are worn on the characters here are actually all on top of the skin layer that they do have. You know, I think maybe they use what do they use? Blender for this? For modeling? The free thing? I can't remember. And that's what gets me.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, tell him your Jem'Hadar has been holding it in for years and needs to poop.
That's right.
Mergim says, yeah, he's a fun tune but not very good yet. Barely started his rep grind.
I just started like,
says,
getting a few of those.
if they say Jem'Hadar don't poop, yell my immersion ruined.
Immersion ruined. I remember when my mailbox got full because I was selling things on the exchange, but they were
Arcanoloth says,
expiring.
then link them to a Dropbox full of terabytes of Dominion diaper art.
Diaper art. There's a diaper in the oven. And this one's for you, buddy.
Mergim says, AFKBRB.
Okay. Both of those? And, like, I had forgotten that, you know, if it doesn't sell within a certain time, that it automatically goes to your mail. So there I was, and I was like, it gave me a couldn't send mail in
take it
error.
way too far and make em regret working on a Trek MMO.
Take it way too far.
Arcanoloth says, I am a terrible person.
Why?
Murdoch says, we know.
What do you think we're all here? What the fuck? You troll.
Arcanoloth says, Scorp, it just pisses me off how bad their streams are.
Cryptic ones? Yeah. Is it the fact that they don't really do shit? Like answer questions correctly? Or take steps in really helping out what people are asking about? Or that it's only just one guy at his crappy computer at home or whatever, and sometimes he actually has some of the developers with him.
Says, people have tried making Han EST suggestions for them to improve and it always gets shit on, so when people don't respond to honesty, the only recourse is shame. Mock them mercilessly.
Is that what they do on there? They mock people? The viewers? What is that? That the guy that runs that's community manager guy, right? So he has zero to do with making the game. So he knows jack shit about any of it. They'll, you know, every once in a while they'll have like like some of the modelers on there or the coders and shit. And you ask them a question and they won't even answer it because they don't fucking know. You thinking they just need to be more interactive with the people who are viewing their stream, and not watch some guy fail at playing the game that he's supposedly a part of?
Back to your station. The bots have returned.
That's what it always seems like. You know, whenever I've watched them, it's that dude's playing the game and he's like failing at it.
Nah, they ban them and then the community mocks the idea of Cryptic doing anything more than min effort or responding to feedback.
It's like, so why do they even bother then?
Arcanoloth says, so at that point, if you give up, they win. Mama didn't raise a quitter.
So you go after them and harass their ass, right? Is that what you do? Make different accounts and keep going back? I get it. Like, if you look at their forums, right? There's a pretty like dictator type feel to the forums there. Somebody can ask a question that makes a lot of sense of asking. Someone can reply to
Arcanoloth
that.
says, yeah, my point exactly. It would take zero effort to not stream if you are tired and overworked. So this argument that you don't have time to fix stuff is BS.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing cover.
Like you know, they'll have like somebody.
Arcanoloth says, it takes exactly the same amount of time to post a proofread blog as it does to fuck it up and post it anyway. Same deal with setting up a stream.
Yeah, is that the guy that does that? That like updates the site or whatever and puts the details there, and it's always like misspelled or not worded right or some shit.
Arcanoloth says, the lazy option is never spend lots of time fucking up and still do it. It's just don't bother.
You need to be the new community guy.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, that's the community manager.
Oh, Mr. Asshole himself, huh? Master Man. He looks like he'd be the guy. He can talk about what's coming because other people tell him what's coming, and he can like type it out and bullshit and be inaccurate about things.
Arcanoloth
That's a weird
says,
looking thing.
so it's not about physical laziness, it's mental laziness and refusal to consider any idea that isn't their own.
Yeah, I mean, the game could be a whole lot like more than it is, you know, if they would just listen to the fans more. Hell, if they brought that Foundry back, people would probably come back and actually start playing it more. Because people could create their own stories, missions, and that was part of the game that they loved, was the creation part. You know, exploring ideas and whatnot. And they just took that away from everybody.
Arcanoloth says, and I look forward to being permabanned for thought crimes from the internet when Amazon gets their shit together at their game studio and takes over the industry, and looks at my chat log.
Looks your chat log? Oh, well. The chat logs, I don't think, are saved long term on Twitch. Because it tells me like every 14 days a video that you post on Twitch gets deleted unless you're like not that one, but the one that like people really are. Not affiliate, but partner. Yeah, that's what it is. It's, every 14 days it just goes away. Unless if you highlight a clip or video.
Arcanoloth says, Twitch turns over chat to Amazon. They bought Twitch for access to their chat logs. They train their AI on it.
Well, that's crazy. Oh yeah, well we've got a Stygian. Stygian Styx. His bots log the hell out of chat. Every 100 of them, or whatever. I mean, anybody can download like anybody's chats on here and videos. I mean, I know that.
Murdoch says, got a stow question. I am 3,451/3,500 for the event campaign. If I buy out the rest of featured event, no win scenarios, will it give me more credit for the event campaign or no? Forgot?
Oh man, you can go another day. Yeah, don't buy it out. You can go another day. What do you buy it out with it this time? Zen. And what is this anyway? Let's see.
Arcanoloth says, event buyout is supposed to grant campaign XP, right?
Well, the thing was, it's like you continue even after you've got the campaign.
OXNYX053 says, Up to 700 for that section, I think.
Yeah, it probably won't go any further than 3,500. It'd be cool if it would like bleed over to the next main event. That'd be kind of awesome.
Arcanoloth says, buyout says it gives prorated event campaign progress for the buyout value.
Yeah, so you just would stop getting any kind of like more.
Murdoch says, it worked, it's bought out, event prize claim. Arcanoloth says, GG.
Well, I hope you like.
OXNYX053 says, oh, he can still run the daily for the dill.
Yeah, you can do that. If you know, even though I know you don't really care much for the delirium. Create Sunpack Energy Rebounder, plasma damage, energy. That's something I'm not going to use, so I don't really care if I have that or not. But yeah, if you're low on the points and stuff like that, and you do the
Murdoch
14,
says,
it'll continue.
yeah, that thing is stupid.
It's more of that bullshit.
Murdoch says, spend time setting up the stupid thing and no enemies ever cross it. Samuraith says, hey Scorp, you sound better.
Thank you. I blew my nose a lot. Also hawked up a good loogie today. Cleared it out real good. Gagged a little, but you know, that stuff happens.
Arcanoloth says, I won't use it, but yeah, the kit module is interesting. Samuraith says, showers and something to eat, that'll Lawson, that's not absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good time to like force the snot out of your head whenever you're taking a warm shower.
Arcanoloth says, no point in bothering with any kind of terrain setup when we can just puppy anything within range with direct damage modules, but in a different game, could serve a purpose.
She's saying all these modules are kind of making us lazy. Or making y'all lazy.
Arcanoloth says, be neat to see what NGs do with it in NTTE.
I'm one of them people that forget I have modules and shit to do. I'll just start shooting. What's that moron doing? He's just shooting his gun again. All these dudes had a video on YouTube. They got one of those robot dogs and put a real weapon on it.
Samuraith says, I'm just bought my first set of keys to sell.
Nice. How much you gonna sell them for? Like at the current lowest value, or are you gonna go a little lower? Undercutting and all that kind of crap. I like to test it by putting it on there at the current to see if it just sells. And generally it does. It'll go just as fast without undercutting. That only depends if someone's out there wanting them, though. I mean, if someone wants them, you'll see them just go pop, 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 you know, and buy them all out. Gemma Dark Hierarch. I could have sworn that animation there of holding the gun like that, I had seen it in the game years ago, but then nobody ever did it again, and then now they
Samuraith
do.
says, already on the exchange 98 mil, it's only undercutting them by 2 mil.
Oh, 98? For a key? Or like the set? Well, okay, a set of keys. How many you calling a set? Who's next? Shanka.
Samuraith says, no 10 keys.
10 keys. Okay. All right. That makes sense then. I was about to say 1 key at 98 million. Well, fuck. Fuck the what? Oh my god, they killed Kenny, you bastards. Oh man, I still haven't put on there the thing from, what the fuck you call that? Monty Python. Sudanema. Donde es Isesquio? Whack! Damn it, Timmy. I need to fix these fucking doors. Everything was going right until like earlier this year when they decided they were gonna
Samuraith
do some
says,
shit.
Yet I sent you commands of that haha.
Yeah, and I still haven't got it done yet. I'm sorry. Been a little occupied doing, was sitting on the toilet shitting and all that kind of crap. Yeah, what the hell did they do? Let's see.
Samuraith says, you're fine.
There was nothing they did to this map. Like, no kind of battle thing or whatever the shit was. But yet, there was an update. That really changed nothing except caused the error with the doors. That was about all I can remember. It could have been like they put something else in the game so it updates every map to have it in there. Because that's usually how a map is in a game. It'll be preloaded with everything that's going to be used in said map. At least that's how Halo was. That's why Halo maps are so big.
Samuraith says, I see so many with that target, maybe I'll buy it in a couple weeks.
Target.
Samuraith says, Targ.
Targ? Oh yeah, you don't have the Targ? What was that? What event was that? Nanopulse. Targ. What the fuck?
OXNYX053 says, so they made the map doors here match the 2-3C ships? Murdoch says, I'm about to freak the fuck out. I wanted to claim the D7 Miracle Worker flight deck carrier, it was in the original list but it's not in the box, WTF. Because I'm Fed aligned, seriously? Samuraith says, nope. Arcanoloth says, I miss the source engine, with the missing textures that have a placeholder that's a big red error hovering in midair. If it was supposed to be animated, like a gun or a door, the error would glitch around wildly, flashing at you. Murdoch says, in the description it says KDF only but I thought that wouldn't matter. Murdoch says,
KDF.
So fucking stupid, god damn it.
Yeah, that would have probably meant, yeah, KDF aligned. Contact them to just to undo it.
Says, can confirm, still testing online.
Yeah, just contact, send a ticket out and say that you accidentally unlocked it thinking it would work for that character, but didn't realize that character, or at the time just forgot that they weren't aligned a certain way. Or can the box be moved? Like, is it stuck with that character, or can
Murdoch
you actually
says,
move it?
Stupid because you can get the ship off the exchange on any character. Samuraith says, Murdochs do that, what Scorp said.
I mean, if it's the choice box, that could probably like be shifted between, like if it's account bound, so you can just move it over to like another or something like that.
Murdoch says, I haven't chosen the ship because it's literally not in the list.
But then, like, if you wanted
Murdoch
to,
says, the ship is not KDF only. OXNYX053 says, is that box bound to character or account? Murdoch says, I didn't say I claimed it.
Yeah.
Arcanoloth says, Reddit says the box will give you a choice if you have cross-faction flying.
Where did he go?
Murdoch says, I claimed only the event box which has a selection of ships but they removed all the ships that have the KDF designation. Murdoch says, So maybe I don't have cross-faction flying on this guy and I just need to get that. OXNYX053 says, you have not claimed anything, but the epic choice box. Is that box bound to character or account? Arcanoloth says, at Murdoch's cross-faction is ACCT wide, login once to a KDF at 65 and it's done. OXNYX053 says, do you have a level 65 Klingon? Murdoch says, to account. Murdoch says, of course that's why I should have cross-faction on this guy, right? Arcanoloth says, you either have it or you don't.
Oh shit, somebody
Murdoch
was here.
says,
Damn it.
so you're saying I have to put the box in the account bank, log on to a KDF to get ship, then put the ship box in the account bank for this character. Arcanoloth says, can you claim any other KDF store ships to test? Arcanoloth says, at Murdoch's no. Murdoch says, I have several KDF level 65s but ship is not in box.
Or did they remove it and not tell anybody? That would be the community manager. No, probably not that guy. The community dis manager.
Arcanoloth says, again, Reddit claims the box will open into a choice box if you have cross-faction flying. I have not tested this.
Tribble test server.
Murdoch says, I just claimed a KDF ship on this character, no problem. Samuraith says, yep, that'd be Kale then.
The guy that's in charge of keeping the information in the game updated. Look on the forums.
Arcanoloth says, note that if you test on Tribble, you have to copy a LVL 65 KDF over to unlock cross-faction flying on that server, as store unlocks do not carry over.
Over, Roger.
Murdoch says, yet all D7s have been removed from my choices.
Enemy targets on sensor. Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
It
Samuraith
couldn't
says,
be.
Murdoch's yelling Kale instead of Khan LOL.
Unless, like, is it possible that you may have the ship already somehow? I don't know. And it's the special ships are usually the promo ships, so that shouldn't be a
Murdoch
case.
says, haha, yet, he is personally trying to fuck me. Arcanoloth says, again, Reddit says it opens into a choice box. I have not tested this. That is the info we have.
Don't make me go over to the Stowe forums
Murdoch
and search.
says, no, All the KDF ships are removed from the list. Arcanoloth says, Firefox won't post links, so I'll link in Discord.
Firefox won't post links? That's weird. What have you been using this whole time to post links?
Murdoch says, yes, so in the choice box you can choose promo ships,
Control
T6
V.
coupons, or Lobby. Murdoch says, I choose the promo ships.
So, the character you're under is not a KDF, like, person or something? So, put it into the account and check it on a KDF character and see?
OXNYX053 says, https://www.youtube.com/watch, v equals paxoc 5cpxe. Arcanoloth says, Stow Forums is full of paint lickers saying I dunno lol but I lick paint and they get a post trophy, because if you say anything useful you get banned.
Try it.
Murdoch says, then in that box it shows a long list of ships and all the D7s are gone. Yes, this guy is Fed aligned. Arcanoloth says, at Murdoch's check Discord. OXNYX053 says, start watching that at about 2:20. Murdoch says, in the video this guy is having the same problem so.
Enemy target censored. Flanking damage detected.
Samuraith says, at Arcanoloth that'd piss me off, you can't even ask for anything helpful off the forum.
It's true, you can't.
OXNYX053 says, Godo 220. Disco Flight Dex, that gives a box that lets him pick a Connie or D7. Arcanoloth says, video shows what Reddit is talking about, so take your pick or text or video.
Pick your text. It's true, you go to the forums and ask the wrong question, you get yourself banned.
Arcanoloth says, at Samuraith, yeah, but all game forums are that way and they will never change, so I don't use them because I value my time. Samuraith says, sounds like a bunch of trolls on Stow forums. Murdoch says, yes, that's correct. Murdoch says, they put 2 ships in a box.
One of the things is like, if you're in the game and you do a ticket thing or whatever like that, they'll say, well, check the forums. So you go over there to the forums, you talk about it on the forums and say, we'll put in a ticket. Little pickle. KDF only.
OXNYX053 says, they did the same thing with the Connie, Bob, and TLSS, I think.
Yeah, I would think it'd be only like character. By
Samuraith
reading
says,
that.
at Arcanoloth, what's the point of having a place to talk if people just won't talk about things constructive and such?
Do I need to start a web forum on my website?
Arcanoloth says, at Samuraith, that's a good question. Ask that and you get banned.
Yes. The ban hammer hits you hard. Just like that guy, Bad Moon Rising. He'll get your ass just for telling a joke. You have been
Samuraith
given
says,
the temporary
then ban the
ban.
forum at Arcanoloth. I say that then lol.
Yeah, from what I'm just reading on here, if you're a KDF character, you get a KDF ship from it. If you are fed, you get a federation, unless it's an in-between.
Murdoch says, I got my ship. Samuraith says, yes the Scorp forum. Arcanoloth says, at Samuraith, and this is why you never use official forums, you check Reddit/Discord.
Reddit, the new chan. The new 4chan.
Murdoch says, they put it in the discovery box, then you have to choose.
They put it in Discovery?
Murdoch says, I second what Arcanoloth said. Arcanoloth says, at Samuraith some smarter companies have figured out official forums are a waste of resources and did away with them completely, and just link to Reddit. Arcanoloth says, or an official Discord.
Yeah, web forums mostly get just like spam bots and shit. I used to have one whenever I
Samuraith
managed,
says, I don't have a Reddit account.
when I managed sci-fix.com, I had a forum on there, and of course nobody ever posted on the shit. Nobody ever went to the website. But I had fun pretending I was important. But I would have like major times with just spam bots all over the damn place. Hell, the message board that I have
Arcanoloth
for my
says,
Farscape site,
not
same
saying
thing.
Reddit or Discord are perfect, but this is their main business, so they will at least be around tomorrow.
Yeah.
If a game shuts down, they close the forums, or if people say things they don't like, they shut that down. Murdoch says, Onslty Reddit, StoWiki and YouTube is what I use for info outside of conversations with the elites from time to time. Arcanoloth says, at Samuraith you can browse and lurk without an ACCT, and that's probably the best way.
Hell yeah.
Samuraith says, I'm okay with Discord at Arcanoloth cause if someone is being a retard I can just block them, don't see them again.
I always hated
Arcanoloth
those,
says, at Samuraith yes aim on Reddit, you gotta block trolls and piss drinkers and curate your subreddits. OXNYX053 says, for the campaign Mark IV event, you would pick the Discovery flight decks, and that grants you a choice of which ship that you want. I'd imagine that if you don't have cross-faction open you might screw yourself.
Personal shield losing power. Enemy combatants in close proximity.
data. Data. Timmy's in trouble.
Arcanoloth says, Reddit has some really smart people, and then it has people that will argue for hours about the right way to make pasta sauce, and it's the opposite of the correct way, and after reading two people go back and forth on this for hours, you click on their account, and they post in fetish forums about drinking their own piss. Samuraith says, funny you should mention that the StoChat have had to block several people being jerkbags during summer event. Samuraith says, at Arcanoloth. Arcanoloth says, and that's when you realize you were taking advice on Italian quizzice from a piss drinker. That's
No,
what
I'm a
Reddit
piss
calls a
drinker.
high-effort joke with a long payoff.
A Jackal Mastiff. Mastiff.
OXNYX053 says, dude, you don't just drink, you piss. You ferment it in a jug and whip it into a body wash. Samuraith says, some people are just sad, that's all they have to talk about at Arcanoloth.
Hey, you gotta prepare that shit. That's what Bear Grylls showed.
OXNYX053 says, and then you wash your ex's car with. Arcanoloth says,
Urine.
at Samuraith, yet I shouldn't judge cause I'm a sad sack too, but I can say I don't drink my own piss.
You're gonna want to put your piss in a Windex bottle and spray the windows and clean them real
Arcanoloth
well.
says, at Oxnix053 haha.
The ammonia in urine is the same kind of ammonia you get whenever you spray a windshield. But we're not done here. No, no, no. We've got the feces grabber. Do you have feces that's hard to get out of your ass? With just this simple tool, you'll be able to pull it out without wasting so much toilet paper grabbing it out of your ass. Toilet paper tears. It gets stuck. It gets shoved in the wrong place. Not anymore. If Billy Mays still lived to this day, think of the possibilities. Super Billy attack! Smash!
Merkim says, leg glolts.
Ew. Both, both.
Merkim says, Spishak FTW.
Shack for the win. For the win. Red team, CTF. Red team, score. We should totally contact that guy. Just give him a list of things that you want him to say, and he says them. Halo announcer guy. Dun 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 dun. More.
Samuraith says, at Arcanoloth, guess I'm one of the few who believes say what you mean what you say. These DSCHES I guess just will blather anything when it's online. And think, oh no repercussions, I can mouth dumb shit even if makes no sense, they can't find me, and I'm like, yeah, you're fortunate I can't reach through the screen, lol.
Or become a real good hacker. Overheat their CPU and bust their ass.
OXNYX053 says, I always guess they like the sound of their own fingers on the keyboard.
One of the best things you could ever do is not reply.
Enemy targets uncensored. Personal shield losing power.
It seems to make people angry the most.
Flanking damage detected.
You're not even trying.
Samuraith says, I'd do that too, Scorp, if I could, cause of the stupidity.
Or just put like laugh emojis on, there. Like finger point laugh.
Arcanoloth says, at Samurath ya guys like the founder of something awful, they say it's just the internet, it's not real, then they show you their wall of death threat letters, and they reply to all of them with my name and addresses on the website. I own firearms, I'm easy to find,
And then Steve
nobody has
Buscemi
ever
shows
taken me up on this. See, not real.
I need to have a video clip of Steve Buscemi. You know, in what was that? Damn that movie. Fuck. When he goes back to school.
Arcanoloth says, and then that dude killed himself rather than be forced to stop hiding assets from the court in his divorce, so maybe don't take life advice from that guy.
Billy Madison, yeah. Where he like calls him up, he tells him he's sorry, like he picked on him and shit.
OXNYX053 says, punching the clown? Samurath says, at Arcanoloth yeah they'll never go to their homes yellow lol.
Look, a giraffe, look, a fist.
Enemy target uncensored.
Nope. Just shit right back and you'll hear a tale. Tale of a faithful shit.
Samurath says, still got that nagging cough score?
Yes. Stuffy,
I
you know
am Cornholio. I need tippy for my bunghole.
Samurath says, hope you got cough drops.
I have nothing. It's so hard, like, since I went to
Samurath
work
says,
today.
at I am the great Cornholio
And
hey
trying to check people out at the register. And,
I am
just
the
get
great
into a coughing
Cornholio
fit.
bunghole
says,
to give.
yo.
And I give it to you.
Enemy target uncensored.
Got a mouth like an outboard motor. All the time. Put, 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 put.
I say, boy.
Samurath says, yeah drops help me with cough.
You help give you a good
Murkim
cough. You
says,
grow be
I
strong.
love foghorn leghorn.
You grow be strong. Cough
Murkim
lip.
says, boy I say boy.
Boy, I say boy.
Samurath says, I'd give you some scorp, I have some here.
Are you in front of him right now? You stocking him on the shelf, are you? Damn, did it really take that long? Shit.
Flanking damage detected.
This is what happens when Archer doesn't have any protection. When he's forced to do right from wrong.
Samurath says, they're in a room next door.
They're in a room next door. Oh, are you not at work? Yes, Streamlabs, I do realize that that my stream sucks ass. Flush down the toilet. Alright. Clicks on this 100 times to make it work. There we go.
Samurath says, nope, work tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Do you ever go to the toy section of your Walmart? Like whenever you're there freighting and all that kind of crap. Or could I just ask? At my local Walmart, the last time I was there, which I can't remember, it was like a month or so ago.
Murdoch says, no, but I bet you do.
Ha! But they have this
Samurai says,
display.
Streamlabs don't know a good stream if it was punched.
They have a display of models, plastic models. And some of those are Star Trek. Do you know when those are going to be marked down? Or are they already in like one of y'all's clearance sections of your store? That would mean they probably are the one I have. Because nobody was buying the shit out of those at all. They were like in a big display box near the toy aisle at our local Walmart that I have here. I've known a wind so cold and seen the darkest days. But now the winds I feel. I could probably go to Walmart.com and look that shit up. Saw a Dollar General commercial the other day on television. I was like, what the fuck? These people will try anything, won't they? Try anything to get your dollar. At Dollar General, the dollar comes first. That's just what I say. It's not their slogan or nothing like that.
Samuraith says, I'd have to be on the clock and I'd have to have my hand held. It'd say if it was on rollback scorp that happens before things are marked clearance.
Gotcha. I don't know like if they're at every Walmart. I mean, I know the Walmart that we have is a small Walmart. It doesn't have like a two-door entrance area. You know, where you can go from one end to the other and all that bullshit. So I don't know like if so it doesn't sell models in like the toy section at all. And having that there was like, oh, interesting. Even though they're snapped together kind or whatever, I just find them fascinating. But they're like 20-something bucks. And that's just a bit much for a damn model, you know? I can remember when I bought the Enterprise D model that I have from back in the 90s. It was like maybe $15 or something like that. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. You know.
Samurai says, they're not at every Walmart. Most but not all certain items were about to get a remodel this week.
Oh, a remodel. That's fun. But I totally like fucked up on that other model though. My first Star Trek model I really fucked up on. That was the motion picture refit model from back in the 90s. It's got hot glue holding that son of a bitch together. One of the arms that hold the nacelle. I kept trying to glue it, and it kept like after the glue would harden and dry for several days. I'd hold it upright
Samuraith says,
on its pedestal.
You're going to be crazy. Most the store is getting changed.
Ooh, customers gonna be pissed. Blaming it all on y'all. Not corporate, y'all. So every time I put it on its little black Starfleet little logo pedestal thing, over time it just got to where the one of the little wings would just go down.
Says, yeah. My cats went exploring and now my NCC 1701 is in about 8 pieces.
Oh my god.
Samuraith says, yep, they're not going to be happy.
I've always wanted one of those Enterprises. It was just something out of reach. Like, I'd always, like, you know, TOS, I had never seen that before TNG when I was growing up. I knew about it, though. Like, just by, like, you know, we didn't have, like, cable channels and stuff whenever I was growing up. Maybe we got it, like, maybe when I was a teenager, but not like a kid or anything. And I liked, you know, watch Star Wars. Watched in, like, 87, was it? 6 or something? It's when Star Trek Next Generation came on.
I want the Enterprise E model. OXNYX053 says, do you have the T1 skin?
The T1 skin. Well, Samurai, you know you can have them Well, you're on PlayStation. Probably not. You can 3D print or order a 3D print of the ships in the game. But I wouldn't do that. Model building is the fun part. Getting it all working and shit. But I then found out it's best to like have some like clear fishing line in between.
OXNYX053 says, the T1 Constitution class ship. You can get it printed.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, but I want a model of it. Or I've always wanted one. I'll never have one. I'll never have one put together. I'll never have my Enterprise D right now that's sitting on my dresser that I'm looking right at. I'll never have it put together ever, and it's got the fiber optics and stuff for it. Fiber optic lighting. All because the damn window drill broke. It stopped working, and then the bits broke, and I couldn't find any bits to replace it. So I couldn't drill the tiny holes. It was battery operated. You do not want to use something that's fast because it builds up some friction and melts some plastic. Oh, got a hiccup for no damn reason. That's nice. But yeah, that the refit or whatever, the motion picture. I've eventually got it held together.
Says, see, my main ship is game is a kit bash anyway. So I would have to get it printed.
That would be pretty cool though. Have you seen how much it costs to have them printed? I don't know if anybody's ever like went to the printing website, like print the ships things. Now, you can rip the information from the game using certain software. Import that shit into 3D. Got your own, but it's a mess of shit though. The XY axis and stuff, and it's just all over the damn place. I don't want your orbs. I just want to go over in here. So like if you had your own 3D printer, you know, you could print your own. I want a 3D printer. That'd be kind of cool. But would I ever use it? Probably not. Would it get dirty sitting on a shelf? Yes, it would. Would it start messing up? Hell yeah. Would I clean it? No. Why? You know. Why clean it? It's just gonna get dirty again. That's life. It's like in The Walking Dead. Why don't they maintain them yards? Really hope they clean up areas after they start filming locations of The Walking Dead. You know how they'll like find like a road or whatever, and they'll throw like leaves all over that thing and a big limb or some shit, you know? You're thinking, okay, after the scene's over with, they just leave, you know? Have it all like a mess. Yeah. Well, we have a lot of tribbles there. Come on, dude, do your job, Cannibal Tribble. Maybe I need another one. If he's not handling it fast enough. Okay, refined dilithium. Dilithium. And I've already been on that one. Damn it, you fucker. Okay, and that right there. Okay, alright. And change character.
OXNYX053 says, seen the price to print, not recently. But after over a year at $200, $350 for a 12-15-inch ship, they've included some reduced sizes and dropped the price per amount of material used.
Yeah, they probably print them like solid, and that's why it's so expensive. I mean, if they like hollowed it out to a certain thickness or whatever, that would probably be the best thing. Because I know that shit, it does cost to 3D print things. I use shapeways.com to 3D print a lot of stuff that I use. And if it's, see, 0.3 millimeters is the thinnest that it can print on that site. Get any thinner than it has errors. But they use like a certain printer. I can't remember what the name of it is. David Hewlett's got a pretty cool. I asked him about his. I forgot what it is too. It's been like a year ago. He 3D printed a working Stargate that spun and stuff like that. Endeavors. Harvest material space. Oh my god, that's not gonna be hard at all. Okay. You know, I've always liked the big ships though. You know, like the studio ships and how big those are. Have you ever like seen like footage of say the Enterprise D like boxed up? The sucker's huge. Or the one that they created, or the saucer they actually created just for Generations, the movie. They made that sucker big. Big. Viral big. It was big. They made more detail. And apparently, 10 Forward could not fit if it were placed actually inside the Enterprise D at all for a while. They had to rearrange and readjust stuff or whatever in the schematics. According to the technical manual or whatever. Somebody didn't think too highly about that. And somewhere there's a slide. There's like expandable areas and bullshit. An arena type size place too. In that what is it like everybody in the whole ship can just be in one little section and the rest of it be like super like massive, and there's like 6,000 people on board, and to run into someone else if they're not scheduled to walk around or whatever would like take forever, you know, like if people were just kind of scattered out equally, it would take forever to find somebody. Well, no, I exaggerated the forever thing, but it would not be like within a minute or two. You know, you'd maybe like 30 minutes later you'd find somebody somewhere. I need to look for that technical manual. It belongs actually to a friend of mine who brought it to my house back in the early 90s when I was building the cardboard Enterprise bridge that I have. I was wanting to scale it so that the it would work with the action figures, which was pretty interesting that it did. You know, like because I thought, so okay, here's action figures, here's this door. How big is this door? Okay, then there's these like the consoles they work at and sit at and whatever like that. How big are those? And in the technical manual, there's like an image of each one of these consoles, like, you know, like flat and everything. And I thought, well, that's awesome. So I went to like a library one day and copied each one of those so that I didn't have to, like, you know, cut them out of the book or anything. And colored them and everything like that and put them in. And they were pretty good. They were sized about basically right too. It was pretty awesome. I made a little cardboard toilet. Worf always wore it on his head when Q was messing around. Data liked to get up and dance all the time. He did the robot. And threw Wesley at the screen. It was fun. They'd have little missions in space. I didn't have O'Brien, but I did have a transporter. Still have that transporter too. It used light to make it look as though they vanish. You know, like the mirroring thing. And I'd have it where there was something wrong with the transporter. O'Brien would like call the bridge and say that they need to run a few people through it to test it to see if it's working. So what did I know about like writing a script or anything like that? So we'd have like a picture of somebody like you know, in there or whatever, and have the camera on them, and you know, next thing you know, they're like and not rematerialize, and he's like, okay, send another one through, you know, like a person. So, and then one time my Enterprise had an encounter at a gravel pit in space. It was stupid shit. Early 90s. Still a teenager. Or maybe like not even teenager yet, early. Maybe like 91 or 2. So maybe 92, that's when it was. So yeah, I was only like maybe 13. (12 to 13). Oh, we don't need to get in a damn fight now. I might tell you what, get out of here. Core water, perfectly balanced pH, purified water. Electrolytes and minerals for taste. Approximately 7.4. 30.4 fluid ounces. Nice. Bottle made from 100% recycled plastic. Somebody else's drank out of this bottle. No, I'm kidding. I wish I can sleep better tonight. I didn't sleep much because I was like, I gotta go to work. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. And it's like I've been off, been feeling ill, and then, but it's been nice not needing to worry about going to work. You know, you can relax knowing that you're just gonna be able to rest longer and not wake up at a certain time and all that bullshit. Because working will keep you from recovering. You know, you have to stress about going to work. Since I have a habit of how I get ready for work and everything, it's just such a bother. Like if I wake up and I haven't bathed yet, I won't go anywhere until I bathe.
OXNYX053 says, so a 3D printed ship seems to be 4-inch for $22, 5-inch for $45, 7-inch for $110, 0-inch for $220, and 12-inch for $495.
Holy shit, that is way expensive. Oh yeah, I know you mean like 10 inches right there instead of 0. Damn. 12 inches for basically $500 for a 12-inch version of your own ship.
OXNYX053 says, replace 0 for 9-inch.
Oh, damn though, that's still expensive. Gulp. Oh, there we go. We got it down. Save that guy for later. Beetlejuice. I need to have that sound clip on here. Oh, what we got?
Murdoch says, Beetlejuice.
Right. Love Beetlejuice. When are they gonna make that damn movie?
OXNYX053 says, but they all seem to be custom painted. And a lot of people seem to collect 4-5 inchers.
I wonder if they're actually painted or if that's just the color of the plastic. You know, like, because they can do that. They can just like put like a toner cartridge, or not toner, but an ink cartridge can do. You know, combining colors and shit like that. I mean, 3D printers can do that now too. Ooh, we got marks, so we're gonna give those to Gary. Let's move this down so I can see it. Save that guy for later. Babs. Okay. And what is that? That is colony battery provisions. I thought I already gave all the stuff to this place. Oh yeah, I couldn't give them anything because it's full. I can only contribute them whenever it comes time.
OXNYX053 says, I use Akira, Zephyr, and Army Rootage parts in my kit bash.
Bash. Bam blam. Would you like me to take a 3D picture of your kit bash and try to assemble it and then give you the file? Hint, hint. Man, that's a lot of bullshit to go through, though. You'd have to find like an open area, like for instance, being in space like this in a small instance. There's nothing but just planets and shit around, and then there's just your ship. Because I will say, I have the pieces of this in a folder, but they're all accessed, or they're spatially access is at 0. Spatially, like if you put it into a space, they're all going to be on top of one another. This ship here, for instance, let me get somewhere where nothing's going to pop up. All right, there are like 3 pieces.
OXNYX053 says, nah. I'll drop the $45 for a ship through their system correctly. Eventually. Kurland_of_Borg says, ah. The Connie. Mine's Biger.
Biger? Yours is Biger than mine? There's like 3 pieces to this cone here. There's a transparent one, and there's like the thing that makes the animation, and there's like a solid piece.
Kurland_of_Borg says, bigger asterisk.
And there's like 2 of the nacelles per each side. Then there's like 2 here. Then there's the decal layer that they have on all that stuff. And there's this big junk here. Then there's a big junk there. And the big junk here. And it's just different pieces. And they're all spatially at 0. So that's a pain in the ass. But, yeah, you know, it's interesting. It's fun to piece things together and to check it out. There's nothing wrong with looking at things. As long as it's legally looking at it instead of illegal. I need to find a bank so I can send this over to Gary. And I don't want to use that because that takes too damn long to get going. Curlin, how are you? How are you? You doing alright, are you? It's Lene Dyson. So yeah, you know, in this game, if you were to like want to look at the ships in a different kind of viewer,
Kurland_of_Borg says, we are fine.
We are fine. You wouldn't be able to do that like in just some sort of random viewer, because all the parts of these ships are just that. They are pieces. There's like they're individual files, and they're just put on screen like with magic glue. Spatially snapped together, kit bashed, like in real life, whenever they make these damn ships and shit. Which I don't like. Whenever I'm like building a model, I want to make the mesh like together. Like if it's supposedly like a solid object, supposed to, like say if you had the top of a bolt and the bottom of like the bottom of it being like this, you know, cylinder. Instead of it being 2 pieces where it's just there and you just make them look like the one piece, I like them to be one piece. You know, take it and actually attach them correctly, make the mesh solid instead of having like holes and shit all in it. It's my little pet peeve of model making. But yeah, to each on there. To each that on there. Ooh, Gary gets another one of those. Alright, let's go to Gary the Klingon. See how he likes his new dildo. He got it for his wife. It's a present for his wife. That's what it is.
OXNYX053 says, it fits.
It fits. It fits.
Kurland_of_Borg says, the Klingons stole a Galaxy class?
Yes. That's what Gary did, and he painted it in Klingon colors. Of course, his wife took the upper half here. So Gary always stays in the battle bridge. During battle, his wife like skips out on him, so he has no. He can only use the bottom half of the ship. But together, they're like they stay, like you know, contractually while together or whatever it is. So he's been shopping around and doing things. Where am I in the world here? Let's go to Deep Space Nine. There's a planet there. Stars and planets all over the damn place. You'd think by now the ships would know to go around those instead of hit them. Maybe they need to work on navigation on this game. A lot of good the deflectors are doing. Shit's coming right through that damn thing. Sometimes I wish, like, the stars did the Starfield simulation thing they actually do in the show. That'd be kind of cool. Like, you know, some of the missions that they have in this game are during warp, where you're actually inside of warp. There's like maybe 2, I think. And those are pretty fun. Like you're actually flying around in warp. But I get it. All the little like white pieces and stuff like that that fly by on the show or whatever aren't actual like stars or anything. They're just dust. But they're also the Starfield. Remember the Starfield simulator desktop screensaver? They used to be on like Windows 3.1 and all that. And 95 and a little maybe even now, I don't know. I always thought that was pretty cool. Starfield simulator. Space, the final frontier. But yeah, they need a Klingon show. I know that just jumped out of from nowhere though. Gary barges in. Doesn't understand you actually have to press the buttons on the console. So he's just pressing air. Wondering why it's not working. Oh, dude, Gary, you got so many damn people in your overflow bag, dude. The fact, man. Gary the Klingon. Not as bright as can be. Gary the Klingon. Cling on me when you're not strong, and I'll be there. I'll help you move on from the gates of Graythor, and I will help you move to Sto-vo-kor.
Kurland_of_Borg says, when you
Repeat.
use this
The
character,
imposter
I
is
always
not to
think
be
of the
injured.
Fallout shelter with Gary clones.
Gary clones.
Captain Kirk! I'm Captain Kirk!
Got 3 people in active space? What the fuck happened? I don't need a gravity well. That's right, I don't have enough people to actually do shit. Okay. How about we, dismiss you or something? You get, like, money for that, right? Dismissing people? Who was it that told me you got, like, money for that? Or the lithium or something?
Samuraith says, I don't think the whole world could handle clones of Gary.
Huh. Damn it. That's why I missed the other fleet that was a part of the Armada. I could just throw these people in there, not waste them. Yeah. You gotta have sworn you got like something for these damn people. And, you're nothing but a traitor. Refugee. I refugee. You refuge. No, I refuge.
OXNYX053 says, Gary the Klingon and on and on and on.
Klingon, and on and on and on. Klingon and on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Cling on me. Cling on me.
Samuraith says, at Oxnix053 will the real Gary please stand up?
Hey, that rapper dude probably actually has come out with that before. I thought you like got things for this or some shit. Like ugh. Damn it. Oh, poor Gary. Poor Gary the Klingon. Ugh. Yeah, quit. Gary wants to play with the new dildo. Gary. Well, it's kind of small, isn't it?
Samuraith says, imagine they start yelling at each other, no I'm Gary, no, I am, Gary, no I'm actually Gary the Klingon, you're all wrong, I'm the one true Gary the Klingon.
He's chasing a little girl with a dildo.
Round and round it goes.
Where Gary stops, nobody knows. Some people in here or something. Hey, baby.
Oh wow, you're doing great.
Thanks. You got this dildo? Yeah. You want it? Here. You can have it. Gary the Klingon will give you this dildo for free. All you have to do is... Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Yes, honey. Oh, you can use the knife here, but you can't use your weapons. Okay, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see. What the hell? You cannot queue with more than 50 items in your overflow bag. Gary, you little piece of shit. Klingon sneaking around with a knife. And nothing to see here. Gary the Klingon. Yes. I have come to stab one of you. for honor.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. SND search. SND.
Always wins.
SND, sir. Okay. Well, Gary, we're just gonna have to throw away some people here or something. Yeah. Huh. Nothing found for Spa.
Arcanoloth says, it's that time again.
It's that time again. You can run around with a knife on
Ready
you.
to get lucky?
That's funny. You will come back here. Get back here.
Arcanoloth says, Wizards of the Coast announces a new rule set for Dungeons and Dragons. Samuraith says, at Arcanoloth you gotta go. Murdoch says, you have to make another poopy. Arcanoloth says, brace yourselves, the edition wars are coming back.
What are the edition wars?
OXNYX053 says, the real Gary would not stand up. He is too injured to do so with needing to be in combat.
That's right. Gary would fall down for real. He has problems. Post at 1? I don't know what the hell. Unable to post your items. Still back in the inventory they go, you son of a bitch. Okay.
Arcanoloth says, Gary the Klingon is named after Gary E. Gygax, a legendary man who inspired many epic quests. Samuraith says, at Oxnix053 the imposter is not to be injured.
How much are refugees? Refu. Oh, okay. My advisor. What the fuck? I want a refugee. Oh. Probably have to actually search for that particular one.
OXNYX053 says, well, Scorp, I'm hungry. I'll be back in a bit.
Okie dokie. You have permission to eat or something? Do I need to? I don't know.
OXNYX053 says, so, back to playing D&D 3.5 then?
Dungeons and Dragons 3.5. Demons and Crossroads on an all-new episode of This Old House. Yeah. We'll put them all in here then or something.
Arcanoloth says, at Oxnix053 haha.
Haha, haha. Hey. Being off my foot these past 2 days has really been nice. You'd think an idiot like myself would actually go to the doctor for
Kurland_of_Borg
that.
says, Gary seems slightly injured.
A little bit? No, you got it. Gary is okay.
OXNYX053 says, like the player base would roll back to anything else. Although 5 is okay once you figure the mechanic tweaks.
We're going to go through the list of Gary's injuries. Combat fatigue, 3. Concussion, 6. 5 cracked ribs. 8 muscle tears. 5 radiation sicknesses. 4 combat exhaustions. 7 head traumas. And 12 internal bleedings. He's fine. Gary's fine. Oh, damn, I got off that screen. Let's see.
Samuraith says, at Kurland_of_Borg Gary is like a corned animal. The more difficult the situation, the more dangerous he becomes.
That's right.
Merkim says, the Klingon word for injury is the same as their word for "'tis but a scratch." Kurland_of_Borg says, Captain, you seem to have a concussion to Regulus. Maximum warp. OXNYX053 says, 4 was just stupid. 2 was, no just no 2.5 never got traction, 3 was abysmal. D&D and then AD&D are now collector items. so on one would use the source books. Arcanoloth says, they are at least aware that new editions split the player base and cause avoidable churn, and they are deliberately saying this is not a new edition. It's going to be more than the revision 3.5 was, probably more like going from AD&D 1E to 2E. Arcanoloth says, backwards compatible with 5E stuff and adds on to that.
Right, I'll do you for that. What? Come here. What are you gonna do? Bleed on me? I'm invincible. You're a loony. Come on then. All right, we'll call it a draw. I see. Running away, eh? You yellow bastard! Come back here and take
How
what's
are
coming
you
to
gonna
you!
spend your
I'll bite
winnings?
your legs off!
'Tis but a scratch, indeed. I need to amplify that audio. Internally increasing it. Gary has refused. You mean he's refused? No, he's
Merkim
refused.
says, I grew up playing 2.5, still my fave version.
And I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I can't figure it out. Of course, I've never tried either. I've never even watched anyone play it, other than Stranger Things. I'm not really like a strategic person. Take off. Oh, yeah. Dude, that worked. Gary, it worked. Now we can take anything we want. Out of the way. Gary is here. And he's still punching in mid. He's the guy's knife in his hand now.
OXNYX053 says, I figured out how to make viable playable tunes for D&D 4. 5 I could work with, but I spend all my D&D time here. You'll notice I listed 2.5 as never got traction. It fixed most of the 2 issues. Merkim says, I had a few really memorable characters over the years. Arcanoloth says, AD&D had the best setting support, because they bankrupted TSR taking out loans to print more stuff. That set a high watermark that will never be surpassed.
They needed BVDs to the H&Rs to find the
Arcanoloth
ABCs.
says, I was peak nostalgia age right as TSR was imploding in 1997, and all those quality boxed sets with full color maps were hitting the bargain bins. Good stuff.
Gary? Yes, Gary? It will be okay, Jimada. You will die well.
OXNYX053 says, Morgan the half-haired horror. He had one half a head of hair, the left half. Merkim says, I think my best 2.5 character was one called Bogdab Mern Saint, who was basically a ninja Sasquatch.
A ninja Sasquatch. Ninja Bigfoot.
The Tholians have captured it.
Merkim says,
God, it's that
she was built
thing.
for a power game, and she did the job a little too well.
You there, Jim Hadar.
Our time here is limited. Stay focused, plan your attacks, and save as many ships as possible. Every loss is critical for my people.
Arcanoloth says, I love lurking the OD&D forums, cause they are mostly older than me, complaining about the kids these days with their AD&D book and their bell-bottom jeans and their 8-track tapes.
Inside the web, try to destroy one side of it and escape before it collapses in on you.
Oh no, before it collapses in on this. I like to destroy the top of it. That like makes it even better. Gary's wife separates the ship. in an all-new episode of Star Trek Online. And Gary crashes right into the base. That's about it.
OXNYX053 says, Mark the party healer, don't turn your back. He memorized mostly healing spells, and would often free cast harm. Mergim says, every time that party encountered monsters, it was something like 10 to 20 orcs and such for the rest of the party, and a hill giant for Bogdab to fight solo. Arcanoloth says, at Oxnix 053 Gold Jerry Gold. Arcanoloth says, love me the bitch slap of doom. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. Scorpwana says, D&D chat ruined my virginity on an all-new Phil Donahue. Arcanoloth says, haha.
The Phil Donahue jokes that are in Naked Gun are hilarious. I don't know why, that they're just funny. Dude, I totally could have helped though. I totally could have. Totally.
Arcanoloth says, fingers poke ball, virginity I choose you, poke ball
New
SFX.
readings on sensors. More Tholian ships are on the way here.
Arcanoloth says, love me some D&D and some MTG.
And an all-new Maury. Who is the father?
Mergim says, dang Tholian's leg grage. Scorpwana says, on an all-new Maury, he's a virgin that had sex with his mother. His mother claims she's never had a child, on an all-new Maury. OXNYX053 says, Pip the Scout. Got put on the front line because he had the second best AC a tie for middle of the pack for HP in the party. Then one day he cast out a lightning bolt. OXNYX053 says, he was a rouge/wizard. Arcanoloth says, my Fed tactical officer was reprimanded and reassigned to ESD desk duty for remarks about Tholians. The Federation Council is very sorry for her remarks and would like to state that they recognize the right of silicon forms to exist. Arcanoloth says, those AD&D demi-human multis were my jam. Level caps? Heck, I won't live that long. Gimme that versatility.
Tholian bridge officers.
OXNYX053 says, this is not me making food.
Get on T. There used to be this guy on the TV back in the day. It was like a chef from South Louisiana.
Merkim
They'd
says,
have him on the news.
yet a lot of my chars died before hitting level caps.
Every time that he would make a recipe or something real quick, he'd go, I guarantee. So I called him Chef Guarantee.
Murdoch says, I remember that guy.
You remember
I am
Chef
the Great
Guarantee?
Cornholio says, ah, the Cajun chef.
Yes. Whatever happened to that fat bastard?
Arcanoloth says,
Well, I'm here to
Infinity
tell
Engine
you that you're
RPGs didn't
probably
implement the
gonna find
demi-human
out
level
as you
caps,
go out
so
there
you could take a three-way
that
to
you're not
30/30/30
going to amount
in
to
Icewind
jack
Dale, if you felt
squat.
like killing that many Yetis. Merkim says, one of the few who didn't was an elf thief I rolled up totally at random. He actually became my first character who lived until I retired him at the end of the campaign. Arcanoloth says, Goldbox series did have the level caps, but you could remove them with mods. I am the Great Cornholio says, probably dead now.
Well, there's like this Justin Wilson guy. But I'm thinking of this Paul Prudhomme.
Merkim says, I only had a few of those gold box games, but I loved them.
Guarantee. Gestures during an interview in his French Quarter restaurant kitchen, New Orleans, 2007. He died.
Merkim says, the of Kryn series was the one I had the whole series of.
Atalis Warbird is escaping.
Merkim says, also played the Eye of the Beholder games, which were pretty fun. Arcanoloth says, all those DOS era D&D RPGs are on GOG, and many are on Steam.
Steam. Steam. Yay.
Merkim says, yeah, I should go replay some of those.
Today when they asked me, how you feeling today? I said, well, the bloody snot's gone away. It's brown now. Like, ew. Like, well, you asked. Exactly what I said. I said, my temperature today was 98.1. The bloody snot that I had is... I shouldn't have watched those Star Trek Next Generation episodes before I went to bed. No. Damn you,
Murdoch
Data.
says, I said. Murdoch says, what is that from?
I said.
Murdoch says, that cartoon.
Well, I sets him down and I says to him, I said to him, I remember Chris Farley doing a sketch on Saturday Night Live that he said that, something close to that. So I sets him down and I says to him, I says to him,
Arcanoloth says, Foghorn Leghorn. Kurland _of _Borg says, Foghorn Leghorn. Murdoch says, the black and white cat may be going after the bird. Murdoch says, the putty cat. Kurland _of _Borg says, the giant chicken who counts his feather for just such an occasion.
Nice kid, but a little dumb.
Yeah, there's a whole skit where there's this black and white cat going after a bird and Foghorn... No, it's after a worm. And Foghorn like just wants the worm too, so he like harasses the damn cat to like trying to eat half of it or something like that. So he says, "Boy, now you talk too much, boy. You're not letting me get a word in here." And then they go underneath the water, and he's like, That's where a lot of the clips come from, if that's what you're talking
Erland
about.
_of_Borg says, Sylvester and Tweetype.
Yeah, Sylvester. Yeah, he was in one of the skits with Foghorn. Mel Blanc was an awesome voice actor. Maurice LaMarche has taken over, I think, as Foghorn Leghorn.
Murdoch says, or the giant chicken trying to remember.
Yeah. Could be a giant chicken. Not the one from Family Guy.
Merkim says, one of the first cartoons with Tweety Bird did not have Sylvester, but instead a cat duo called Babbitt and Catstello.
Babbitt and Catstello, that's funny. So I sets him down and I says to him, I says to him. You can always Google. Giggle. Here. Shit. It always points to Foghorn Leghorn whenever you just type I said in there. I say son, I say boy. Makes you wonder how big the dog was.
Murdoch says,
that boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball.
Getting closer. Just need 303 to make that go boom boom. Let me hear you say wayo wayo. Boom boom boom. Motherfucker say wayo. Boom 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 boom. Yes. I have to talk to you. Yes. Ha ha!
Merkim says, anyone remember Chicken Boo from Animaniacs?
Chicken Boo. Wear a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a Chicken Boo. Yes, he was the villain from which season? Was it the second season? No, I think the first season of the Animaniacs coming back out into the world.
Keep your eyes on the wheel.
Merkim says, yep, like glolts.
Katie kaboom, Katie kaboom. Oh, it sucks that they didn't bring back a lot of the characters from there. Wear a disguise to look like human guys.
Merkim says, I have not seen any of the new one.
Oh man.
Merkim says, a little afraid of it.
Why? It's Pinky and the Brain and the Animaniacs themselves, and that's it.
OXNYX053 says, Curse of the Azure Bonds on my C64 would let you manually import your tabletop characters. So there was no stat check on it. Merkim says, I could probably still sing the whole Tiny Toons theme.
We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony, and in this cartoony we're invading your TV. Dizzy Devil Ducky, Grandpa's a monkey, and Go-Go is insane. At Happy University we learn our 2s and 3s. The teaching staff's been getting less since 1933. Dizzy Ducky, Dizzy Devil Ducky. What the hell? That guy just drifted out of nowhere.
Merkim says, it's just that I have seen a lot of reboots of old favorites that I didn't like much.
Oh, it's not really a reboot. It's the
Merkim
same
says,
voice actors.
so my expectations are pretty low.
Same voice actors doing the same thing. It's pretty much what it is. It's just more updated. Like the jokes they tell are more like now. I'll give you a little spoiler. Yakko.
Arcanoloth says, at Oxnix 053 one of these days, a full run through those series is on my bucket list. I heard fans converted them all to run on FR Unlimited Adventures, so you can remove all the engine limits. Merkim says, I might check it out then. Kurland_of_Borg says, so what are we doing tonight, Brain? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Trying to order pizza. Scorpwana says, one of these days, Alice. One of these days. Arcanoloth says, so the previous CEO of Hasbro died, and the new CEO is former head of WOTC, his name? Chris Cox. Arcanoloth says, I'm wondering if his middle name starts with a P.
Crispy Cox.
Merkim says, but for example, one of my first favorite shows as a kid was Voltron, and I've seen 4 different reboots of it. Only one was good enough to watch a whole season of.
Yeah, Yakko gets an update, pretty much. You know, like he gets downloaded with the information of today so he can make the jokes. That's pretty much whatever the spoiler.
Murdoch says, I liked Voltron.
Tom Sawyer. But yeah, it's got like Paul or Paulson. His name's Paulson. What's his first name? Shit. See, Maurice LaMarche did the voice of the Brain in the original Animaniacs, and he also does it on this reboot version too. Paulson dude does Pinky and Yakko. Dude comes back for Wacko and Dot. Though they've actually been doing those voices forever.
Yeah, Voltron and He-Man were my first cartoon obsession.
If you ever watch what the hell is it? It's Twisted Toons on YouTube. It's the voice actors that did all the cartoon shows. They read out like actual pieces of scripts from movies that are violent or whatever, or rated R, so they're the character voices too.
Merkim says, He-Man is another one that has had multiple not so good reboots over the years.
And they have like Pinky and the Brain talking about actually killing and all that kind of crap.
OXNYX053 says, my first cartoon obsession, Star Force.
He-Man. I've not seen Masters of the Universe from Kevin Smith, but you know everybody says that sucked because they thought that He-Man should be in every damn scene, but it's not about He-Man. It's about the Masters of the Universe. And that's like the other people that we don't really give a shit about. So, there you go. He-Man and the Masturbators of the Universe. Squack, 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 fat, 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 fat.
Maybe it'll bring you good luck.
Gary can't stop laughing. Dildo? Would you like this dildo? I found it laying on the floor.
OXNYX053 says, most might know it as Battleship Yamamoto nowadays. Streamlabs says, hate what you see?
Yes.
Please consider unfollowing and not renewing a subscription.
Would you like a dildo? I found this on the restroom floor. To anyone in the room claiming this dildo.
You're goddamn right.
Excuse you, guy. My goodness gracious. You just can walk and push people around, Mr. Shoving Stuff. Fucking civilian. Gonna get a knife in your ass. Oh, there's two of you, huh? Okay. Yeah. Running around, a bunch of twins trying to run around and shove people and push them around. You know, bullshit. Like, just make. Whoa, one of them disappeared. Oh no, he's catching up with himself. Okay. Alright. Well, damn it. Okay. We'll go in here and stab the religious. That makes me cough. Okay. Let's see. 2 hours and 57 minutes. 9 viewers, it says. Holly Dykeball. Holly Dykeball. Let's see.
OXNYX053 says, first computer game, the space game. Played on a Tandy kid home computer with a square screen that looked like it was from a 1930s sci-fi movie.
I remember Tandy computers.
It was basically Star Trek.
I remember a Tandy computer. Those things are neat. Tandy Downdy. I never had one, but I do have a Victor 9000. He's still sitting in my room. But my mom threw away the keyboard a long time ago and was going to throw the computer away. I said, don't throw that away. It's worth money.
Arcanoloth says, stuck one in the Discord.
Stuck one in the Discord.
You've got mail.
Arcanoloth says, did you know you have rights? The Constitution says you do. Better call Saul.
You know you have rights. That'd be a good thing to have on here. Better Call Saul commercials.
Arcanoloth says, do you need a criminal lawyer, or do you need a criminal lawyer? Better call Saul.
Damn. That ending was pretty intense.
Arcanoloth says, haha yet.
That ending. Wow, man. Wow. Wow. Whoa. Echo, echo. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Echo, echo. Whoa, whoa.
I had a good job until my boss accused me of stealing. I better call Saul.
I was out partying, minding my own business.
You are under arrest.
I'd better call Saul.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent. And that's why I fight for you, Albuquerque.
Better call Saul.
Yes, we will definitely need that. But we'll find out if it gets a copyright claim at the end of this anyway. From playing it like that, and then when I update or upload, it'll say, "Oh, copyright claim for the audio." So I could probably put the audio in here and change it.
OXNYX053 says, you flew an E-Fightin R, K, and KS. And maybe O's and A's? Trying to save SBs from attacks. You had to plot your warp jumps based on a 360 degrees vector track to hit on a grid. Fired torpedoes the same way on your current map. Phasers hit automatically.
Nice.
Merkim says, good times.
The old school Star Trek continues with an all-new episode. Okay, let's see, what do we want to do? Every time I try to kill a red shirt, damn Nomad does it himself.
Beam down the guards. If we're not orbiting Triacus, and the men I beamed down are dead. Captain, we are no longer orbiting Triacus.
You'd think they'd know that, like, before they beam them down, or during the beaming process, to where they can halt it and kind of bring them back or something. But I guess not. Like keeping an actual eye on where they're going. Damn, that's cruel. That's an edit too, if no one noticed. If you watch it, you'll see that. Okay, I'm gonna like not cue it up again, but like actually just make it show, because it keeps the last thing shown, but unless it's used with the command, so it'll show the previous clip. But you'll see that it's the red shirt guy operating the transporter. Then it goes back, and all of a sudden Spock is there.
Geordi says transporters are hella reliable in TNG, but we only see the times it goes wrong.
That's right. Ah, damn it, it went different. Early.
Arcanoloth says, like we don't see all the days where nothing happens cause that's not an episode.
Right? Like the O'Brien at Work thing. That website, O'Brien at Work, he's just standing there, you know. A few hours go by. Anybody there? Anybody need transporting? Hello? Yeah. O'Brien at Work.
Arcanoloth says, just watched the DS9 episode where Bashir catches up with a classmate and she's bored out of her mind on the Lexington cause nothing happens.
That wasn't a minor difficulty.
Arcanoloth says, doctor on a ship doing deep space surveys. Once a month she beams down and gathers moss.
If we're not orbiting Triacus, and the men I beamed down are dead.
Captain, we are no longer orbiting Triacus.
All right. They just wanted to show you that little thing, which don't make no damn bit of difference.
Arcanoloth says, haha, Kirk did an oopsie. Arcanoloth says, listen. Spock is like, yup, they gone.
Yes, Captain, they've died. Okay, well, you know.
Arcanoloth says, totes cool with it.
Smiling Captain Kirk. Flying on the Starlight Pride.
Arcanoloth says, shit happens. Fuck it, dude, let's go bowl.
Bowling alley on the Enterprise.
How am I doing today, Gary Busey? You're doing great! Good! Then I'll keep it up!
Arcanoloth says, haha. Arcanoloth says, we should all aspire to be Gary Busett.
Gary Busey is awesome. Buseyisms. I should have some of those in here too. Little clips of him just saying his things that don't make a damn bit of sense.
Meanwhile, much later.
I am the Great Cornholio says,
Here you go, Larry.
heard he got arrested.
See what happens? You see what happens, Larry?
Uh-oh, here it comes. I'm gonna get a copyright. Oh my god, here he goes. Yeah, what's gonna happen? Uh-huh. It's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
This is what happens, Larry.
It's gonna happen,
what
Larry.
happens, Larry.
Larry? You see what happens, Larry? What happens, Larry?
See what happens, Larry?
Arcano says, see what happens, Larry. Samu Wraith says, see what happens at I am the Great Cornholio. Arcano Loth says, this is what happens when you meet a stranger in the ALSP.
In the Alps. Playing that sound, that's why I don't have it as just a sound in the Lebowski clips, is because it gets a copyright claim from some garage band. Yeah. You won't find a command for that. It's just in the sounds folder. I have it where random just plays from the sounds folder. I need to remove that apparently. But the few times that I've actually used that as a sound, I get a copyright claim from some garage band that apparently owns that for their starting music or whatever. It goes like, do you see what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass? And it's like,
Samu Wraith says, such a good command.
Yeah, I can gap it.
Loth says, earlier I watched a film with Chris Pine, the contractor. It was okay. In the same vein as stuff like Bourne, I love that stuff.
Chris Pine. Chris Pine thinks he's Captain
Samu Wraith
Kirk.
says, at Arcano Loth you see what happens, lol. Arcano Loth says, less shaky cam, more ex-military doing operator stuff.
The dude is not in. Leave a message after the beep. Takes a minute.
Oh, fucking A, man. I got a rash, man. Fucking A.
The dude is not in. Leave a message after the beep. Takes a minute.
Oh, fucking A, man. I got a rash.
That's impossible.
Fucking A.
If it plays that damn same one again, damn it. I'm getting mad, so I can't type.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
Murdoch says, so for those who know Star Trek lore well, was the D7 originally a Romulan ship adapted by Klingons, or was it always a Klingon ship that at one time was used by the Romulans?
I don't know.
Attention, please.
Samu Wraith says, but Scorp Daddy, my zipper's stuck.
You will be silent!
Hello, Riz. Okay. My zipper's stuck. Daddy? Daddy? My zipper's stuck. Get in the car, Junior. But Daddy, get in the car.
Mergim says, I'm not sure there's an official in-canon answer to that. Arcano Loth says, at Murdoch's D7 is a Klingon design, then we saw Romulans flying them with cloaks and a new paint job.
A paint job? They had a paint job? Okay.
Samu Wraith says, Daddy Daddy get in the car, Junior. Murdoch says, Executy, why I am curious about that one. Arcano Loth says, at Murdoch's was never explained on screen. Fans theorized ROMs traded last-gen cloaks for extra hulls to beef up their fleet. Mergim says, it's one of those things that came from reusing models to save money. Scorpwana says,
yeah. Okay. 3 hours, 10 minutes, 51 seconds. Now I have 10 viewers having done nothing. Hector?
Arcano Loth says, at Murdoch Scotty said the Warbird in Balance of Terror has simple impulse, which could mean sublight drive only. Would have to be based nearby. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Arcano Loth says, at Mergim.
Computer?
Arcano Loth says,
Computer?
anyways. Arcano Loth says, GG.
Hello, computer.
Just use the keyboard.
A keyboard. How quaint.
Yes. Okay, everybody.
Nobody fucks with the Jesus.
You still know that one, though. The answer was some Lebowski. Not one of them have the word fuck in there? What the hell?
Samuraith says, this is what happens when you do that to a Arcanoloth. See what happens, you see what happens.
This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass!
Samuraith says, LOL.
Okie dokie. I'm going to call it right now. Y'all have a good evening out there. Go on to...
Samuraith says, you see what happens, Scorp, this is what happens.
Good shit.
Murdoch says, what? The night's still young?
And I have to work tomorrow. If I didn't have to work, I'd probably extend it until, like, 2 a.m. / what would be 12 over there. Pacific
I am the
Coast,
Great
but...
Cornholio says, GG.
Nah, I gotta go to bed, though. Got to go to bed.
Murkim
Heal up
says,
and rest up.
thanks for the show. Have a good one, everybody. Let Club gift. Murdoch says, you sick, so call in sick.
Consist of myself, Mr. Spock, Dr. McCoy, and Ensign Ricky.
Samuraith says, tell M score sick. Murdoch says, okay, get some rest.
Yeah, I didn't sleep hardly at all last night. I kept clogging up one side or the other kind of shit. And getting interrupted when trying to sleep, and all of a sudden you get like that clog, like, cough awake. The burning flare thing in the nose. Dry throat. A cough. It's a cough, man. Andy Kaufman. He's on the shadows. Doesn't understand where he's at. He goes from here to there and everywhere. Alrighty, you dudes, dudettes, and everybody in between. See y'all later. Gonna click on this end stream button in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.